In this video, I'm taking a look at another Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures figure. This time I'm looking at the Boba Fett. Let's jump right into it. Hey everyone, my name is Christopher. Welcome to Seriously Star Wars. On this channel I do weekly Star Wars reviews, so if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Alright, so today I'm taking a look at the Galaxy of Adventures Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures Boba Fett figure. That was a mouthful. Picked this up with the Ahsoka Tano, which I reviewed just the other day there. Picked it up back in November at my local Collector Con here in Edmonton. When I saw these two on the shelf, I had to have it. Boba Fett because he's one of my favorite characters, and then Ahsoka Tano because she's also such a great character. And I just love the style of these Galaxy of Adventures figures as well. So when I saw them, I had to get them. But let's take a quick look at the packaging on the Boba Fett figure. So the Boba Fett Galaxy of Adventures Boba Fett figure has the same, very similar packaging, actually pretty much the same packaging as the Ahsoka Tano and the other figures that I've reviewed in this in the Galaxy of Adventures lineup. So it's got the white packaging with like the black accents, the red pinstriping, the yellow accents there, and then at the front you got the Star Wars logo there. You got the character name in the opposite corner. Nice clear window to see the figure. Some nice artwork of Boba Fett on the front, and very stylized, very much stylized like the shorts, the Galaxy of Adventures shorts that are on YouTube. And then you got the Disney and Hasbro logo at the bottom there with your warning there, and then it's got Bounty Hunter Blast as the action motion or action gimmick. Moving on to the side, you got the Galaxy of Adventures logo there again. Shows how the action gimmick works. So it looks like you push down on his missile, and then it fires. So similar to what you see in the Mandalorian when he fires his missile there. He bends over, fires his missile. And then, yeah, it's called the Bounty Hunter Blast. So that's the action gimmick that you get with this character, as you get a different action motion or gimmick with each of these characters, each of these figures. On the opposite side, you got the Galaxy of Adventures logo there. And then some other characters in the lineup. Yoda, Luke, Darth Vader, who I have reviewed, and the Sith Trooper there. On the back side, you got the Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures logo with that same artwork on the back, the Hasbro and Disney logo, bunch of legalese, and then at the top, just Galaxy of Adventures there. But let's get Boba Fett out of the packaging and we'll take a closer look at him. Alright, so there's Boba Fett out of the packaging, but let's take a look at his accessories first. Alright, so the first accessory you got is this little missile that fires, and that's just painted gray, very similar to the jetpack. I'm not quite sure where that goes on the figure. We'll figure that out. Next you have Boba Fett's blaster, which is sculpted pretty decently. It's got a little bit of a bend to it from being in the package, but it's sculpted pretty decently. Paint application, they could have done like some brown on the handles there to make it look a little more realistic. But again, this figure is just for kids and it's meant to be played with, but it will still display pretty well on the display behind me. And then last but not least, you have his backpack there, his jetpack, which I think they did a decent job painting his jetpack there. Not like super detailed, but like the paint application, they did do a decent job. So you got the silver or the gray, the kind of yellowish color, the red and the blue. So that'll look good when it's mounted on Boba Fett there. and we will put that on him in a minute. Alright, so there is Boba Fett out of the packaging, and I gotta say he looks fantastic. Like the detail on him, they did a really nice job on the helmet, all his armor. Like they got it pretty accurate, I would say, movie accurate, I would say. He's even got that little braid hanging on the one side there. That looks fantastic. Yeah, really great job on the paint application. You know, you got silver on his gauntlet there from where he would fire his harpoon. The gloves are kind of like brown, kind of a light brown color. You got dark brown for his belt, and all the pouches on his belt. Like I said, the different reds and greens, they did a fantastic job on that. Even got his Boba Fett's insignia there on his chest armor, and then you got the Mandalorian symbol on his left shoulder pad. So fairly accurate, I would say, and a really decent paint application too. But that's the figure there. So he does have his jetpack, so the jetpack does go on in the 2 holes there at the back. You can line up the pegs, and that'll sit on there like that. Like so. A little bit snug. And it does fit over his cape as well, which the cape is a nice little detail there. It's got a couple holes and a couple rips in it there. So that looks very cool too. So there's Boba Fett with his jetpack there. Looking very, very cool. So articulation wise, same as the rest of the figures. You got the head that moves, the arms, the elbows, the wrists, the legs, knees, and the ankles, which have a rocker and a swivel. So really decent articulation on these figures. And again, like, I just love the cartoon, the animated look of these figures as well. They just look fantastic. Just something different than the regular figure, right? So that's why I like these. Well, that's why I collect these. Alright, so there is Boba Fett all posed up with his blaster and his jetpack on. I did try and get the other hand on the blaster somehow, but it kind of just bends the gun and his hand doesn't really stay on there that well. So I will probably just pose him up like this. But it does have the action feature, that bounty hunter blast, what I believe is what it was called. So so this bit pops out. That's just like I guess just like a dummy missile they can put in for display purposes. That just slides into his backpack there, and it doesn't stick out the bottom. But then if you take this one out and you put the other missile in, it goes all the way down, clicks in, and then it sticks past his the bottom there. So there's a button there that you push right there at the bottom, and that'll fire that off. And of course that'll fire off there. But I will leave the dummy missile in his jetpack, just because I'm just gonna display him. I'm not gonna play with this guy all the time. I may pull him off the shelf and, like, I'll be honest, I may pull him off the shelf and play with him some days, but you know, for the most part he's just gonna sit on display. So I don't need the missile in it. I'll keep the dummy missile in it. But it's nice that they included a dummy missile for people who are going to display him, and then an actual missile for the play value there. So I think overall, such a great figure. Boba Fett, one of my favorite characters. He's going to look great on the shelf. I'll probably put him next to Vader. I think he'll sit there pretty well. But what do you think of the Galaxy of Adventures Boba Fett action figure? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and then click to watch one of my other reviews. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.